You walk into a pharmacy on a Tuesday afternoon. The fluorescent lights hum. The aisles are familiar. You're just picking up cold medicine, nothing unusual. You reach for 2 boxes, one for now, one for later. At the counter, the cashier scans the first box, then stops. She looks at the second one but doesn't scan it. "Only one per customer," she says. She says it the way someone tells you the store closes at 9, calm, flat, like it's been this way forever. There's no sign, no announcement. "Since when?" you ask. She shrugs. "This morning, I think." It doesn't feel like a crisis. It feels like a rule you didn't know about. But as you walk to your car, you think, why? Why limit cold medicine? 2 days later, you're back for ibuprofen. You reach for 2 bottles, then you remember. You take one. At the register, you ask the cashier, "This limit thing, is it temporary?" She doesn't look up. "No idea. They just told us to enforce it." You glance back. The shelves look stocked, but not full. There are gaps, small ones. Certain brands are just missing. The baby formula aisle has a handwritten sign, "Limit 2 per family." You've never seen that before. You pass another pharmacy on the way home and go inside, just curious. Same thing. Limits on allergy medication, on pain relievers, all with small, unsigned restrictions. No one's explaining why. It's just happening. Over the next week, you start hearing it from friends. One couldn't buy 2 Tylenol. Your neighbor was told only 1 baby aspirin. Everyone's noticing, but no one's panicking, because it doesn't feel like panic. It feels like policy, and policy sounds reasonable. But you see the pattern. Systems don't restrict access to everyday items unless something behind the system is tightening. And systems don't fail loudly. They tighten quietly. You start paying attention. One store has a sign taped to the prescription counter, "Increased wait times due to supplier delays." Supplier delays. The phrase is everywhere now. Another store closes at 7 p.m. instead of 9. No explanation. You go to pick up a prescription. You ordered a 90-day supply. The pharmacist hands you the bag. You glance at the receipt. There's a line you've never seen before. Quantity adjusted per current availability. They gave you 30 days. "Why only 30, you ask. The pharmacist doesn't meet your eyes. "That's what we have right now. You can refill in a month." "Will you have more then?" She pauses. "Probably." Probably. Behind you, the next person in line asks the same question and gets the same answer. And here's what happens next. Not panic, something quieter. People adjust. They don't hoard, they just plan. The word limit creates a new calculation in your mind. If I can only get 1 now, I should get 1 every time. It's rational behavior under uncertainty. But when everyone does it, the math shifts. 1 extra item per person across 1,000 customers means shelves empty faster, which means limits get tighter. It's a quiet, invisible, accelerating loop. You go back one more time. The shelves look okay, but when you really look, you see the products are spread out to fill space. You pick up a bottle of vitamins. There's a sticker on it now, "Limit 1." At the counter, a woman is told she can only buy 2 boxes of something, not 3. "I brought 3 last week," she says, confused. "New policy," the cashier replies. The woman doesn't argue. She just adapts. You all do. And it becomes normal faster than you'd think. 1 week, it's strange. A month later, you don't even question it. You just know the new rules. The limits didn't come with warnings or press releases. They just appeared, quietly, incrementally. And you realize the strange part isn't the limit. The limit isn't the problem. It's the message.
The pharmacy doesn't create the problem. It detects it. Consider the pharmacy not as a cause, but as a sensitive instrument. Its shelves function as a finely tuned sensor reacting to subtle shifts within the vast network of supply. A pharmacy's inventory operates on a rhythm of precise timing. This flow is designed for predictability, but when that predictability falters, it's the first to register the change. Restock delays become more frequent, stretching from hours to days. A delivery that was once routine now arrives incomplete or is pushed back without explanation. Suppliers, facing their own pressures, begin substituting familiar brands. These aren't decisions made at the store level. They are ripples originating from deeper within the distribution channels, a quiet tightening of the entire system. The shelves reflect a supply chain under increasing stress long before any public announcement. They show the cumulative strain of 1,000 small disruptions, accumulating, unseen, until they manifest as an empty hook or a new, unfamiliar sign. A phone, held low, pans slowly across a row of empty hooks where children's fever reducer should be. The light is fluorescent, sterile. A hushed voice, barely a whisper, breaks the silence. This is weird. At the pharmacy counter, a customer inquires about a specific allergy medication. The employee, calm, almost detached, scans the item. "Yeah, it's one per person again," they state, without inflection, as if repeating a common, unremarkable truth. No explanation is offered, just a quiet statement of fact, delivered with the subtle authority of a new rule. These quiet limits, initially a minor inconvenience, subtly yet profoundly reshape human behavior. They don't ignite panic, they foster a quiet, rational adaptation. A person needing a specific item might find themselves returning to the store twice in a week. They begin to shop earlier in the day, anticipating the potential for scarcity. The casual act of buying just one extra for the medicine cabinet transforms into a calculated acquisition. Conversations among friends and colleagues begin to shift. "Did you see this?" becomes a common refrain. This isn't panic buying, it's a rational, adaptive response to an environment of increasing uncertainty. A quiet, collective adjustment to a new reality where consistent access is no longer a guarantee. The pattern is subtle. A small, seemingly isolated limit appears on an everyday item. People, faced with this new constraint, adapt their purchasing habits. Demand, instead of being spread out over time, compresses into the present moment. The shelves in specific, targeted sections begin to look weird, not entirely empty, but noticeably sparse. The limits, once an anomaly, a temporary measure, slowly, quietly normalize. They become an accepted part of the retail landscape. A new baseline is established, where access to certain essentials is inherently more controlled. The system stabilizes, but at a lower level of access. This isn't a singular event, it's a gradual tightening, a continuous recalibration of what is considered normal. Sometimes the first warning isn't the shortage, it's the limit. This isn't a prediction, it's a signal. And signals don't ask for permission. Subscribe for more signals hidden in plain sight.